Right, because this is thin, this is really thin wool. I didn't realise how thin it was when I bought it, because I was in Peru. This is alpaca wool. Excuse me, my nose. So what you do is you wrap it around like this, all the way around, and then I'll speed it up once I've gone round, and then you won't have to sit and watch me do it all. But you just wrap it around each peg. It's a bit like the old-fashioned dolly bobbin. If you're old enough to remember what a dolly bobbin was, you just had a few nails in a reel of cotton, and you had a long string coming out the bottom, and you used to make coasters and stuff like that with little nets. I'm not sure what else I used to make with it, to be fair, but you just wrap it around the top, and you've already got a line of it all wrapped around the bottom because that was your last stitch, and then the bottom stitch gets lifted over the top stitch when you've done your round. So I've got a ball of wool down here and a ball of wool down here, and I've mixed them together so you've got two strands, because this isn't chunky wool, this is very, very thin wool, and I've got to get this finished before I can release it, and then you just finish it, tie it off there while you go around and knit it. Sorry, I've got. Okay, so you lift the bottom one over the top and you go all the way around. Okay, again, I'm going to show you just lifting it up. There's a groove in there, but your hook, can't see what I'm doing this distance, you hook your needle underneath and you cast it over the top. Hook your needle underneath and cast it over the top. Hook your needle underneath, I can't see from here, and cast it over the top. I'm only doing this as quite a quick intro. I will show you how to cast on and everything, and cast off when I've got this one done and off the loom. I'm just making a quick snood, but because it's alpaca wool, it should be quite nice and warm. 4-ply acrylic is what you need, and it's either 4-ply double knit or chunky, and then we can do a bobble hat in 3 hours if you put your mind to it. I'll show you how to put the pegs together on the other one. I'm back again to show you how to set these looms up. Okay, so you get your loom like this. It's got pegs holes on both sides, but you don't want the one that's very loose. You see how that's loose and wobbly? You don't want that side, you want this side. And also, let me just show you, I'll just find it. Can you see there is a, where are we? Oh, there is a groove in that one. You see that? That needs to go on the outside, because that's what you're going to use to do your knitting. Then you stick your pegs in there with the little groove on the outside like that, and just press them in. And you do that all the way around. I've done a few so it won't take me long. You're going to make a hat and a scarf. You want to get the same dye lots. So this shade is 01000171, and you'll find when you actually start knitting that they are usually done in batches, so you can normally get them all matching. Okay, so that's your scarf one done. When you buy this off Temu, you get one of these, which is your hook, and you get a needle with quite a large hole, because then you can take them off the reams. You also get an instruction leaflet for anybody that needs it in black and white or green and white. But we're not going to use that one today. Like I said, I'll do a bit more research on the configuration. What we're going to do is we're going to knit a bobble hat, because I'm going all neutral in spring summer. So this is the medium size one, I think. I'll have to check that. This is where you start it off. These are your pegs, and again you can have different configurations depending on what stitch you're doing. And then if you can see in there, that's where your tool goes to lift the stitch off. Right, so what I'm going to just do first is I'm going to show you how to cast on, and then I'm going to fast forward it for you, because it takes about 3 hours for me to knit a hat. So all you do is you just wrap it around your finger, push it through the loop and create a loop. Okay, you put the loop on there and pull it tight. That gives it an anchor. Go under and over, that's better. Under and over, under and over, under and over, until you've gone all the way around. The more you do it, the quicker you'll get. Like I said, I've managed to do one in 3 hours, and my granddaughter, who was about, I think she was about 9 or 10, something like that, she managed to do hers in 3.5. I don't know if I've got a picture of that, but I'll try and find it. Right, now we're coming up to the end of where we started. Okay, so there's your anchor knot, and what you do is you go around the last one, and then you go around the first one for the second time. Can you see that? So that's your anchor around this one, and then the first one has got 2 stitches, this one's got 1, and this one's got 1. So that's where you start off, and then you use your little blue tool or whatever colour you've got at the time, and you just lift that first stitch there up and over that little knobbly bit. Simple as that. Then you go to the next one, behind and over again. Is that where I did it? Yeah, behind and over again, and then you just do another one. And that's what I tend to do with my first 2 stitches. Push them back down to the bottom. Right, the next thing I do is I do another round. You push these down to the bottom, close to the ring, so you've got room for another layer. Okay, just push them down with your fingers, and then you start and you go round again. So up, over and down and round, up, over, down and round, up, over, down and round, up, over, down and round. I'm just trying to hold it like this so you can see. When you actually see me knitting, you'll see I'll use a different position. I'll come a bit closer. Oops, sorry about that. Up and over, up and over. Move around a bit more. Hook it under your bottom stitch and over the top stitch and the peg. Up and over, up and over, all the way. Does that help here? Is that better? Up and over, up and over, up and over. And you do it for every single one, and at the same time make sure you keep pushing these back down to the bottom, because you're going to have another round of stitches when you've done this round. Okay, so, and you can get quite a wriggle on when you get going, and that's all you do. That is you casting on and doing your first row. Up and over, and then you're back to the beginning, and that's all you need to do for your first row. So that's casting on and your first row. So I'm going to pause it there for a second. I'm going to do a few rows, and then I'm going to show you how we do a hem. And off we go again. I had to have a little break. I needed to go and it's wine o'clock, so I needed to go get myself a glass of wine. So cheers everyone. Welcome to the crafting world. Let's hope it comes out all right now. Oh, that first sip. Wow. Makes your ears laugh. I'll explain that at a later date. Okay, we're back to it. And round we go. Now you see, if we were doing this on Zoom, we could have had a cup of coffee, a chat, a glass of wine, a bit of a gossip. Might have to think about that in the future. Anybody fancy doing a Zoom? A Zoom workshop with me? Get the kits and I'll buy the kits and I'll send them to you, and we can all sit down on Zoom, and we don't have to be sat at home on our own. Not that everybody is, of course, just Billy no mates like me, but that's my choice. I'm okay with that. But if you did want to do something like this, just drop it in the comments below, and I'll set something up for us. Okay, so I've gone round, I've anchored the first stitch again, and we're off we go again. Wouldn't it be nice to go up to the Isle of Arran and buy some wool? I mean, that's what I did. Hang on, let me show you this. Oh, now I got onto this subject, but this is what I did with this. So this is a snood, so it's like a tube, and it's made out of alpaca. And this is the first shave of the alpaca wool. And it's the baby one, so it's more expensive, but oh my god, it is so cozy, it is so warm. Anyway, that's what was on my loom when I decided to do this for you, and so I thought I'd better take it off and get a wriggle on with this demonstration. So that's what I did. But yeah, there's some beautiful slub wools. 4-ply acrylic is best, especially for children, because it's machine washable, and you know what kids are like. Oh my goodness. I think you can actually, I know you can get these looms on AliExpress. I think you can get them on Temu as well. I don't think they're the same quality as you would get in fact, I know they're not. I don't think they are anyway, but I can't sort of swear to it, but I don't think they're the same quality as you get in Hobbycraft. But in Hobbycraft they're like £20–25 for, I think it's for 3 of them, and the rounds. Whereas you can buy one at a time, or you can buy the whole pack from AliExpress and Temu, and it's a lot cheaper obviously. But the plastic is a little bit more brittle, shall we say. Oh, I think I'll have another sip. Cheers, my dears. What a great idea for a Friday night. I'm loving it. I can show you how to do the pom-poms as well. Yeah, I've got loads of ideas coming up that I want to show you, and it would be really nice if you'd like to participate one of the times. I can set up like a Zoom call, and we can do a workshop, and we can all do painting, we could all do resin, we could all do cards, you know, and it's not so much I don't know, churning them out. It's more a bit like knit and natter, I would say. Yeah, but I don't think the young ones will want to do that, will they? Yeah, we'd have to set a time aside just for us oldies. I used to get offended by that, you know. I used to get offended by thinking, oh, why are they calling me an old person? I don't feel old. And I still don't feel old, but I don't care anymore. I'm happy doing what I'm doing. Got a roof over my head, food in my belly. I might be in a lot of pain, but I'm okay.